Hello. And welcome to something a little different on my channel. I am for the first time on this channel gonna be reviewing a beer. This one, to be exact. So, I'm not sure how fine of a beer it is, but it does say English Fine Ale. It's a EST 1711 Moorland Old Speckled Hen. It's got 50 centiliters, or for the Americans, 1 pint 0.9 OC. It's got 5% alcohol, so it's like a little over the average of beer, I think. And then it says here, first, this is on the back of the beer. First brewed to common row rate, the 50th anniversary of the MG car factory, and affectionately named after an old MG car used as a factory runaround. The Old Speckled Hen. And it says a few things here that I can't read. The text is really not the greatest. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try to open it. I'm gonna try to make so that you can hear it, but that it doesn't get too noisy. I have this fine one. I think it's nice. Anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna try. There we go. Yeah, got a little bit of beer everywhere. Not too proud of it. Didn't think it would be so. I don't know. The first thing that I see is that it's got a very nice, solid beer color. I think we'll just tap it off here. Getting the beer everywhere. Well, that's like completely impossible. Just got some paper. So I can just wipe the worst off. Because it did get really wet here. Okay, so as I said before, the color of the beer is very solid. And well, I just think it's got a nice look to it. I have on the screen here, I have some things you can get into on the beer review, because I actually don't know how to fun to try it, nonetheless. It is a golden beer, as far as I remember. I read that at least. No, I didn't. I mean, I think it's a brown beer. Looks like that. It's not very clear, I would say. Like, it's got a little bit, you can like kinda see behind it. I don't know if you can actually see behind it, but like here I can see a little bit behind it. Not too much though. It's not very clear, but it's like you can see things moving. I think I'll just get a taste. It's got this, I don't know if you can call it standard, but it's like right when you get it on your tongue, you just right away know that it's a beer, right? I mean, good thing, right? But it's sort of sweet. I would actually say that it's a little more sweet than normal brown beer that I have tasted over the years. I think definitely this one is a little sweeter than mostly they would be. I've never tried like these fine beers. Well, I have, but nothing that I was thinking about, you know. But I think it's a little more sweet than a standard, normal brown beer. It's got a taste of I can't pinpoint the exact words. Like even on the smell, it's got this the top sweet, sweeter taste or smell than a normal beer. Like, I'd probably know, even if I hadn't tasted it already, that it was a very sweet beer. It's very, can a beer be energetic? I'm not sure if it can be. It's definitely a nice beer. Like, I could see this beer getting up on the table on a Christmas Eve or something. It has this Christmas taste to it. It's I don't know how creamy a beer has to be before it's considered creamy, but I think it's a little bit creamy actually. I think it's a little creamy. And it's it's hard to pinpoint. Like normally in a beer you have a little more to work with. I would say like this beer is just a generally pretty good tasting beer, but it doesn't have like. So I would say that so the first taste, like the taste you get right when you get into your tongue or right on your tongue, it's very it's very similar to the second taste. You know, the taste that you get like a short time after you had it on your tongue, and then when you swallow it or had it in your mouth for a longer time, you create this or it gets sweeter, like a tiny bit sweeter, I think. Yeah, definitely. It gets like a tiny bit sweeter, but it really depends on how long you have it in your mouth. Because if I have it in a short period of time, just swallow it, it's got much of a stronger taste. Like it's still really sweet, but the taste is a little more it's a little more I wouldn't call it spicy at all, but a little more black, like a little more brown I would say. But if I have it in my mouth for a longer time and then swallow, it's a lot sweeter. Now, I don't know if that's common with beer. No idea, honestly. But that's the feeling that the beer gives me, nonetheless. It follows track. It's the taste you get in your mouth at the beginning really follows the taste that you end up swallowing, and it's like a big surprise, or not a big surprise, but when you get it into your tongue or on your tongue, it's a little lighter tasting brown beer, and then it gets a little darker in the taste, and then well, if you have it, depending on if you have it in your mouth a long time or a short time, it gets darker tasting or lighter tasting. And I think it follows this path very nicely all the way through. Some beers it just kind of switches taste almost sometimes. So I think that's good. It's yeah. sticking feeling in your tongue when you have had it in your mouth for a longer time than if you just swallow it. Yeah. It describes itself pretty good, but I just can't really pinpoint because it's between, very much between a light and a brown taste, but the beer don't tell you much about itself, I would say. Even though that the taste is very clear, it's also very hard to define where the taste is coming from. It's a good beer. It's a good beer. It's a very good beer. I like it. I like it a lot. It's like a little more brown than Heineken, but Heineken also does follow a path, but outside belong since it is a Heineken, but I think this beer has a more spicy undertone than Heineken. Yeah, definitely. It's not too creamy, but there is a sense of creaminess to it, but it's not too much. It's not too much. It's got like slightly across my liking, but it's not that creamy. I would say. Yeah. I wonder if it tastes any difference from the bottle itself. It's more when it hasn't been poured yet and it's just from the bottle. It's like the taste is a little more hidden. But overall, I think the beer has a little under the normal brown taste, and then it might add a little more creamy taste. Yeah, it's a little more creamy than any other beer, I would say, that I've tasted. I've mostly done cans, so that might be it, but I think that's definitely it with this one, at least. It's good, it's good. really good. Um, yeah, it's a really good beer. It's a brown beer, a little sweet brown beer with a little creamy touch to it. And it follows a nice path along its way, definitely. So that's my review. I think I'm just gonna place the glass here, and then I'll give you a look on the beer here. Yeah. Nice beer, nice beer. I don't think there's a whole much more to tell. As I said, it's a little creamy, and then it follows this interesting path that I don't recall seeing in any other beer, and then it's got a sense of that, a little more sweeter brown beer taste. So that's it, I think. Really good beer. Really good beer. It's really good beer. So I noticed that somebody said that they like this sound. So I think I'm gonna do that a little bit. I would give the beer a 7. enjoyed, and if you did, please feel free to add a comment about a beer that I should try out. I realized that it's very nice to try to make these reviews. It was a lot more interesting to try to actually, really think about the taste than normal. Of course, I think about the taste, but I didn't go so much into details with it before. It was really fun to try. So, if you guys want me to try a beer, I won't pay a whole lot for it. I'm sorry. But if you want me to try a beer that is, a good, somewhat budget beer, then I would love to try and make a review of it as an ASMR video. So yeah.